Big up Daniel Sturridge and Micah Richards, because whether people like it or not, the Africa Cup of Nations is a major trophy. Whether you like it or not. Like I see Carragher rolling his eyes and all that. You can roll your eyes as much as you like. Africa is the second biggest continent on the planet. Asia one, Africa two. You think people like Salah, Mane, man like the old school Adebayors and the El Hadj Dioufs, Asamoah Gyan, all of these guys, you think that they don't want to go and play? Do you know how big these men are in Africa? These men are like gods in Africa. You go to Africa, these men are building like villages, they're building wells, they're building like they're building major things. I mean, Essien and Partey and all these type of guys. You think that you can just downplay it because you think the standard ain't as high as it is in Europe or South America. You can downplay it as much as you like. Like you can downplay it. We all know that the Africa Cup of Nations is not the same level as the World Cup. Well, I can't say the World Cup because the African teams are in the World Cup. For like the the Europe the Euros, for example, or it's not the same standard as the Copa America. What difference does it make? Still a major tournament. That's like saying the Carling Cup or is not as much of a trophy like or prestige as the Premier League. Doesn't make no difference. It's still a trophy. What point are you making? So Jamie Carragher can roll his eyes as much as he wants. You can roll your eyes and say, "Oh, Salah." That's why I'm happy with Michael Richards and Sturridge, because that's man's duty, because you man are black. So it's your duty to make sure that people recognize these things, because to some people it might not be a major trophy. That doesn't mean anything whether you think it is or isn't. It's about what the facts are. To Salah, if you run and ask Salah whether it's a major trophy or not, he will tell you, "Bro, I won the African Cup of Nations. Brother, you mad?" That's a massive deal for him. That's a big deal. You would never see. He's not doing the Ryan Giggs thing where he's not going to play for his country and nah, our team's not good enough. Salah's going over there to play regardless. That's his thing over there. These men are from there. You get me? Man are talking about, oh yeah, but he can't win the Ballon d'Or because of this. That's up to them if they want to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's up to them. Some of these players, some of these African players would rather win the AFCON than some of their club trophies. That's how big it is to them. It furthermore is bigger to the African nations than the Euros potentially is to England. Like over there, that's like their World Cup, fam. Like you go over there, it's not just football fever. You see, over in England, we don't even half the time we don't even care about when England are playing and that. We don't care when England are playing, the stadium's empty and or England games on. Nah, we don't care about that. We care more about our club games, innit? We care more about the club. In Africa, that when Egypt are playing or when Ghana are playing Nigeria, brother, that's like that's a big thing in England, let alone over there. So Jamie Carragher can roll his eyes as much as he likes. Oh, Africa, that's you're talking about the standard. You can roll your eyes as much as you like. You don't change the facts. Of course, it's a major tournament. You're going mad. You think man's gonna be a black cute and allow man to just think they can just downplay man's thing? You're going mad, bruv. Even though I'm not even African, African by descent, but I'm Caribbean, innit? But you're going mad, bruv. You think you can just say, "Oh yeah, it's not a major tournament," just because you don't think it's that good a standard and whatever. Get out of here, man. And you should know better than that as well. Because the fact of the matter is, to people like Salah, to people like it's more or less a little bit insulting to say that to people like Salah, because Salah will be like, "Oh, are you mad? I don't care what Jamie Carragher thinks. This is my be all and end all. That's his be all and end all. You're mad if you lot think that these African, what you need to do is you need to go. I don't know if Jamie Carragher's ever been to Africa before, so I don't actually know, because I've been to Africa. So when you go over there, you will realize how big like it might be a good idea to actually go over there for the African Cup of Nations. Then you might realize how much of a big deal it is. That's when you will realize, oh raw, this is like a big thing. This is a serious thing over here. Do you get me? And Africa is the second biggest continent on the planet. Asia one, Africa two. So it's a big deal over there. So you can say it's not a major tournament as much as you like. You're wrong, because it is. Do you get it? That's just the facts of it. So, like, big up Daniel Sturridge 10 times and big up Michael Richards 10 times, because them man, I said, you lot are not doing this when man's on the show at the same time. That's a myth. If you want to do that in your private, but on your own behind the scenes, then do that. But you're not doing it when man's here beside you. You're going mad, fam. That's definitely a major tournament. And these Africans, they definitely think that as well. There's none of them that think, oh yeah, it's not that big a tournament. They definitely think the African Cup of Nations is a big deal to them, because they know what it means back home. You get it? Don't get it twisted, man.